United States says BP well still not secure. Ending days of uncertainty. The incident chief for the busted BP well said on Friday that tests showed the well has not been completely plugged. BP experts and government scientists, he added, agree a relief well needs to be finished to completely or supposedly kill the busted well, but just how to do so is still being discussed. Everybody's in agreement we need to move ahead with the relief well. The question is how to do that. National Incident Commander Thad Allen told reporters. I'd like to give you a definitive answer, he added, but it's a work in progress. BP had thought the mud and cement pumped in from above the leak may have essentially killed the well, but the relief well will allow them to supposedly permanently seal the well. Work on the wells was stopped this week because of bad weather. The decision to resume work on the relief wells means a key milestone in the crisis that wreaked havoc on the Gulf Coast economy and ecosystem still remains a number of days off. However, Allen has repeatedly insisted on an overabundance of caution when it comes to permanently plugging the well, or so they say. Officials had been testing the pressure beneath the cement plug currently in place. Steady pressure would indicate the presence of cement in the space between the inner piping and the outer casing, likely indicating a permanent seal. But because pressure rose during the testing, the scientists concluded that space still needs to be plugged in. On Thursday, Allen had said it was possible that the bottom kill would not be necessary. It would have been difficult to say the bottom kill was unnecessary after promising it for weeks or months as the ultimate solution, said Eric Smith, Associate Director of the Tulane Energy Institute. Too little is known about how much cement might be inside the space between the inner piping and outer casing to be confident the well is permanently plugged. Everything we know at this time says we need to continue the work with the relief wells. We don't know the details of how they plugged the well from the top. We don't know the volume of material they put in the well or in the well bore. And without that, we can't tell how close to the bottom of the well they got. Drilling of the first relief well began in early May. It's unclear when the drilling could be finished. Officials had projected as early as Friday, before the nasty weather forced the operation to a halt. Drilling that final stretch is a time-consuming and careful process as engineers work to make sure they don't miss. Crews dig about 20 to 30 feet at a time, then run electric current through the relief well. The current creates a magnetic field in the pipe of the blown-out well, allowing engineers to calculate exactly where and how far they need to drill. But there's no guarantees. The flow of oil into the Gulf has been halted since July 15th, when a temporary cap over the well was able to contain the spill. But officials have stressed for weeks or months that only a bottom kill will theoretically ensure the well is no longer a danger. But anyway, the oil is now seeping from the seabed or the seafloor all around the BOP. It's coming up in unknown quantities. Oil, methane, and natural gas, yes, is seeping from the seafloor. And there are indications of depression craters that have been forming. In other words, nobody really knows what's going on down there. Before July 15th, the oil leaked almost unimpeded for nearly 3 months and spewed at least 206 million gallons of oil, according to the government's latest estimate. The crisis began on April 20th after an explosion on the BP PLC-leased Deepwater Horizon drilling rig that killed 11 workers Officials don't yet know the cause of the explosion, or why machinery designed to prevent the unchecked flow of oil failed to work, but some say it was a giant methane bubble. Anyway, like I say, nobody knows exactly what's going on under the seabed. It's very possible that there are fractures. It is fractured. And rock particles, oil and natural gas are pushing on the capstone, covering the oil well, which is supposedly the second biggest oil well in the world. So, yes, it's leaking from the seabed in unknown quantities. And all these are more signs. Revelation chapter 16. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, Go your ways, and pour out the vials of the wrath of God upon the earth. 2. And the first went, and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. 3. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. 4. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became as blood. 5. And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which are, and was, and shall be, because thou hast judged thus. And yes, all these are more signs of the end times, transition days, which is, again, a process happening day by day all around the world.